Analyzing visualization components. Good day, everyone, and today I will be analyzing the infographic titled History of the Pandemic using the 4 C's framework: clarity, context, and credibility, and connection. And finally, I will be showing my redesign or my simple and another version of this infographics that I'm gonna talk about. The visualization components of this infographic shows major pandemic across history. It uses 3D pyramid timeline and virus-like speared size by death counts. At the bottom of this infographic, pandemic are ranked by death counts. In my opinion, this design raises question about clarity and accuracy, but it is also visually appealing and plenty of information kind of infographic. I like it. I like all the details on it. It's just that you need to zoom when you want to see it clearly. This is the infographics that I'm gonna show for this exercise. It talks about the history of the pandemic and the kinds of the viruses, from the first virus up to the recent one, which is the COVID, and it has all the dates and how many deaths it has incurred. You need to zoom the infographic to be able to see all the information. It is so appealing in the eye, has the timeline and everything, but you need to zoom. And when you zoom it, it becomes blurry on the picture. So in this presentation, this is all you can see. I cannot zoom here. For the clarity, it clearly shows the message of what types of viruses or pandemic that has occurred in the world, how many lives was affected, and the story behind it. It was there. And the pandemic names and death counts are labeled, and the ranking at the bottom is clear. That's the strength of this infographic. But the weakness is that the 3D pyramid distorts size perception, color are decorative rather than functional. And there's no scale of the right balls, or like how they made the decision to make it bigger, smaller, or what's the use of it. So it's not clear if maybe the bigger the balls or the bigger the spear size balls shows the bigger death tolls. It was designed to prioritize aesthetic over accuracy. I want to discuss first what's the meaning of context on this slide. So for me, it means providing the necessary framing of the viewers understand the data and the relationship to something meaningful. So without the context, the information is misleading. And for the weakness of the infographic that we have, there is no axis or scale on it, and no annotations explaining why death tolls differ. For example, sanitation reforms and vaccines dramatically change outcomes, but the context is missing. The story behind it is missing. But the strength of our context is that it has the timeline the timeline adds historical framing, and the ranking provides comparison. Without explanatory notes, viewers see numbers but not the story behind them. For the credibility, it ensures if the visualization is trustworthy. And based on our infographic, is our sources clear and trustworthy? So let us see. So the infographic cites Visual Capitalist and the World Health Organization. So those are the sites of our infographics. Although the weakness is that there's no detailed methodology for the death tolls estimates, and ranges like 40 to 50 million lack explanation. Transparency could improve with uncertainty notes. For the connection, must relate with the intended audience. A good visualization uses appropriate complexity, cultural, clear color, and accessible design. Visually dramatic and globally relevant. Although the weakness is still the 3D design may confuse the non-expert, and the accessibility is poor. The text are small, the colors is small, sometimes it's blurry, and the color contrast issues. So it might have issue with the blind color people because it doesn't have labels on every color and why they put that kind of color. And like I said, you still need to zoom to be able to see the whole um, details. For the visual encoding, the infographic uses several encodings like color. It has a decorative but no legend or no names on the color and why they could use that color and what it is for. And the shape, they are using the spiky spears as a representation of the viruses. So when you zoom it, it is a little distorted. Audience driven choices. This design targets the general public, so it uses dramatic visuals. Complexity is high, making it less suitable for quick decision making. Software impact. This was likely created with Illustrator or similar tools. These tools allow high aesthetic appeal but can lead to pretty but misleading charts if design principles aren't applied. Tool choice influence storytelling and trust. On the next page of this slide, I'm going to show my redesigned visuals. The redesigned version is better for learning and decision support. This is the before and after. First version was all about the 3D perspective, and it has a clear scale, and most of it is a decorative color. I went to flat bars, error ranges, timeline annotation, and flexibility features. The redesign is better for learning and decision support, although the new design was really simple, but it has all the components we need. I based my analysis on visualization research by Cleveland and McGrill, Few, Minzer, Dorothy, Ware, and World Health Organization sources. These works emphasize perception, ethics, and storytelling in design. So we are now at the end of the presentation. I just want to ask everyone, when should a designer accept less visual drama to protect accuracy? And how can we maintain trust when the uncertainty is high? This question matters because visualization is a tool for informed decision. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section.